All right, Corey, so question. What are ways you can increase your attraction level to women?
Well, one of the quickest ways, obviously, you want to read 3% Man because here's the reality: attraction is not a choice. Mother Nature has handled that already. When you meet somebody, man or woman, you know within seconds if you'd have sex with them. You know right away. And what happens with most people, men and women do it as well, is that when the attraction happens and it's natural, guys that don't know any better talk women out of liking them. I'm sure you've had that experience where you've met guys before and you're like, wow, I really like this guy. And then as he continues to talk and the more you listen to him, you go from being really interested to really turned off
Yeah.
really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but you were attracted to the guy. And the guy can tell that you were initially attracted and they're wondering, where the hell did that go?
Mm-hmm.
And so, what too many dudes do is they talk women out of liking them, especially if you're insecure and you doubt yourself and you're fearful. Because the number one most important masculine strength characteristic that when women are polled about men that they love is confidence. It's the number one thing that women love about men is confidence. And so, when a guy comes up and he's constantly berating himself or putting himself down or talking like he has no belief in himself, that's the opposite of confidence. And that's the number one most important thing to women. And so if she's attracted to a guy and he's displaying no confidence, then she's going to go from being interested to going, I feel nothing for this guy. And so that's just understanding how attraction works. And so you can accentuate the parts of your personality that women naturally find attractive. And if you're a woman, obviously the parts of your personality that men naturally find attractive. You accentuate those qualities and you stop displaying the behaviors and you stop saying the things that communicate you have no confidence. You'll create the conditions where she will become more attracted to you over time and vice versa. And then the other thing is taking care of your body. Because if you're disciplined and you work out and you exercise, I mean, like I was talking about earlier in another question that we answered, it's 74% of all Americans are either overweight or they're morbidly obese. So if you just get fit and in shape, you're better looking and you're going to be more attractive than 75% of the population. And that in and of itself, these are things that in other words, in coaching, we say control the controllables. And that's one thing you have control over. You have control over your behavior and you have control over what you put in your mouth. And you also have control over how much or how little you move in the gym. You got to do cardio, you got to do weight training, and you got to eat a healthy diet similar similar to the diet I talk about in Mastering Yourself. Mostly vegetables and meats, healthy nuts, green juices, green smoothies, and healthy carbs, things like rice or potatoes, things of that nature, and staying away from all the processed foods and fat and things that supersize us and make us unattractive. Because if we're overweight and we're out of shape and we don't take care of ourselves, you can even see this in the animal kingdom. And they've done studies in this. Like I remember seeing these two pictures of peacocks, the male peacock, and you got one where it's just beautiful blue, beautiful feathers. It looks really healthy. And then you got another peacock that's just the colors are kind of faded. It looks a little ratchet. Some of the feathers are kind of torn up. And then you look at the female peacocks, they just naturally, the one where the colors are dull doesn't look healthy. And where all of us naturally are attracted to people that look youthful and young. That's why men always, even an 80-year-old dude is going to be attracted to a beautiful 22-year-old because it's fertility, it's beauty, and biologically we're driven to mate with the healthiest members of the opposite sex. Because if the person is healthy and looks healthy, just like the peacock has the healthy feathers versus the one that's kind of ratchet, then we're automatically programmed to seek out the healthiest members of the opposite sex because if you're healthy, that means your genes are healthy. That means you're going to produce strong offspring. And if you produce strong offspring, they'll probably survive to adulthood to be able to reproduce so the genes get passed on.
So it's literally those little things that make a difference. But in terms of working out, something as little as working out or eating healthy, how can you break those bad habits of eating junk food and not working out in order to help boost your confidence?
Well, as Jocko Willink says, discipline equals freedom. And quite frankly, working out, lifting weights sucks. I'm 52 and I still do it. I started doing it when I was a teenager. I fucking hate it. I don't like it, but I force myself to do it because I look better and I feel better when I do these things. And so I'm motivated, and psychologically, I'm thinking of the pleasure that I'm going to gain by exercising and eating healthy. And I think of the pain that I'm going to experience if I don't, because my energy drops, I don't look as good. I notice a night and day difference. Like if I stop working out for 3 or 4 weeks, the amount of looks I get from women drops by like 80, 90%. And if I start working out and taking care of myself, it's just your body produces more testosterone, and I get way more looks from women, young and old, checking me out versus when I fall off the wagon or I take a few weeks or a month or so off, which I tend to do because the key is to be consistent. And so there's consequences to everything. So eating that candy bar, if your goal, one of your main goals is to be healthy and look hot and look fit and be in shape and feel good, then the candy bar is going to be maybe a once or twice a week treat on the weekend on like your cheat day. And the rest of the time, you got to discipline yourself. Because if you're putting unnecessary calories in your body, especially like candy bars, which is all this processed food, it's all sugar, these are the things that put the pounds on your body. But if you discipline yourself, the discipline equals freedom, meaning if 80% of the time you're healthy, meaning on a 30-day month, that's basically 24 days a month, you're healthy. You work out, you eat healthy, no garbage, no booze, no junk food. And then 6 days a month, whenever those are, eat your ice cream, your junk food, drink your beer, go out and party like a rock star, whatever it happens to be. At least, so that gives you like one day a week, and maybe you get 2 weekends a month where you do 2 days of partying or whatever. So the 80-20 rule is 80% of the time you want to be healthy, and then 20% of the time you want to have your cheat days. That way you're not forcing yourself to miss out. Like, because years ago, I think it was probably 2000, say 2004 till probably 2006, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I ate no junk food, I ate no candy. My diet was perfect. I felt amazing, but oftentimes my friends are drinking or my girlfriend might be having a glass of wine or whatever, and I'm just not having any of that stuff. You kind of feel like you're missing out on some chocolate cake or a brownie every now and then. And then I'd eat one of those things and I would feel guilty about doing that. But if the goal is to try to be healthy 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time you have your cheat days. So it's just discipline. You choose to do it or not. There's consequences. If you're trying to look good and feel good, you want to attract your case. You want to attract a better looking, better quality man. It's all about becoming the kind of person you want to attract. Getting fit, getting in shape, getting your body tone, getting a nice tan so you look amazing in tight fitting clothes. Because us guys, we're visual creatures, and that's the first thing we notice about a woman is, especially when she's got a nice body and she's in nice shape. When you're tan, you look healthier. And those are things that you have control over, and it gives you better options. If you've got 10 people that want to go out on dates with you, now you got choice. If you got one person, then you're going to be more inclined to stay with somebody that is not really your ideal because you feel like you can't get any better. But if you optimize your body and you take care of yourself, you're going to give yourself the best possible chance to attract the highest quality mate. And if you stay fit and attractive and healthy, you'll keep them around. They'll want to stick around. You can't just because you're in a relationship or you're married just let yourself go. And a lot of people do that. A lot of women after they have kids, they don't lose the baby weight, and then she blows up. She cuts all her hair off. She stops wearing makeup. She wears baggy clothes, and the guy that ruins the sexual polarity because she went from being this beautiful woman that you were physically attracted to somebody that your dick don't even get hard for.